So with Mr. C, ready Charlie, we're going to practice a little bit with some proper hellos. So Charlie at times can get a little excited. So I want him to warm up with maybe a couple little find its, get cozy, and then we'll go into a couple hellos. Can you back up so I can come to you, please? If you're going to come help Ebba, I need you to be over on this side, okay? Otherwise, you can just stay right there, okay? So with Mr. C right now, if he's getting a little bit more mouthy or rambunctious, it's also a lot of times your puppies are probably getting overtired or a little overstimulated. So I know for Mr. S, same thing with young pups. If the mouth is turning into its own creature, it is more than likely your puppy is saying, I'm tired and I need a breather. So we're going to try and do a couple. You can stay right there, Oren. I'm going to come approach. If Mr. C is more interested in me, awesome. I'm going to feed for some of that focus on me. That one just fell out, but he found it. So we're going to make sure that as we're approaching, step number one is Mr. C is not rushing the person. So again, he's focused on me. We're going to get a little check-in with some with some little check-ins on me with some eye contact and a feed for that lovely sitting position. If he's going to go do a little hi with Oren, I'm going to bring my puppy a little closer, set him up near, and say, would you like to come say hi to my puppy? Why don't you come on over and say hi? So go ahead, pat him on the side again so people can see. Nice, because if we stand in front of the puppy, no one can see the puppy in the video. So if Mr. C is getting a little bit mouthy, I would recommend to, again, feed for the softness. You want to pat him again. So throughout the hellos, I'm going to feed him intermittently throughout it. So as he becomes more comfortable, as opposed to keeping the food right by his nose the whole time, I'm now feeding him throughout the experience. Yes. So you saw I use my little positive interrupter again as he was thinking about maybe giving Oren a nice big smoocheroo. So I want to make sure Mr. C realizes that being near this new person doesn't always mean that I go and wrestle with them. So if Ebba would like to come visit, she could come on the other side and we could do a little approach to Ebba too. So ready, Charlie? If he's going for the equipment, as opposed to saying no or drop it or whatever little exercise, think what would I rather? And at times that could be another little find it, or it could be maybe hand touches or working a sit. And then that way you're replacing the original skill, which could have been the mouthiness on the leash or the gear, whatever he's using. And we just want him to think that mouthing it gets you nothing, but doing those other behaviors get you everything. So why don't you guys go back over to this little side over there. Ebba, can you go over with Oren and we'll do a little hi for Mr. C? Can you go over there for a second, please? Nice job, Mr. C. Ebba, if you're going to go over, can you go stand over there and we can do a little hi? If you don't want to do a hello, that's fine. So if Ebba just wants to hang out in the back burner, that's fine. We'll do a little approach for Oren. Ready? So Charlie, if let's say he's a little bit jumpy, I'm going to do a little U-turn, change, feed for when he's softly next to me again. Feed for that lovely response. Ready? So I'm going to bring him towards my distraction person. I might set him up again over here with me. So remember, you're also assessing the situation. How comfortable is my puppy? If they're too eager, beaver, could we do instead? Like, let's say he was jumping and mouthy on his gear. He was really excited to try to get to Oren. I could instead do a couple find its off on the side. We could be chatting, saying, hey, how are you? This is my wild little pupperoo. We're working through some skills. And then from there, go into doing a little hi. So again, if he's a little bit excited, I'm going to reset him up over here. Nice. Ebba, please be careful. Can you move away from Mommy's camera for a second? Thank you. So, Oren, would you like to come a little closer and we'll do a little hi with him? So again, go ahead and say hello. We can fix his little ears. There we go. So he can be beautiful again. Not that he's not beautiful without his ears flopping. So either way, still very nice. So if Charlie gets a little excited, notice how my little positive interrupter helped him come back and check into me instead. So the other option too, like we did this a little bit with Mr. S, I'm going to give you a few snacks now and see if you can do a couple little find-its for Mr. C. So that way he can work a little bit with a couple little floor scavenger hunts versus going and getting excited about you physically. So go ahead and when Mr. C kind of checks in with you, he maybe gives you some eyes, go right there and sort of feed the ground. He just thinks I have more snacks again for him. So you could say his name. Nice. And then go ahead and you can feed. He didn't see you drop it. So take some of the food and just plop them on the floor in front of Mr. C's nose. So just plop them right there. So if in the beginning your puppy's in stand up again, because remember when you're low, he tends to climb. So with littles, I do recommend keep them standing. A lot of times lowering from your puppy's perspective means I want you to come play with me. And your puppy might think that when the child gets low, they want them to wrestle. So I would highly recommend to keep your littles upright. And then that way, when you're practicing with your puppy, they could be doing some find its with you near the little, or the little one could also be tossing some of the snacks. So go ahead and we'll see if we can toss a few more little snacks for Mr. C. Nice. Gorgeous. So sometimes this can help diffuse the situation. So if let's say he's very excited, the puppy, for the new company or for you, then what can end up happening is that he ends up getting overexcited and holding still might be too hard. Can you go back to this little spot over here and work him again? So if let's say Mr. C is doing some jumping, he does tend to do this as almost a stress signal. So when your puppy is frustrated or a little overwhelmed, the jumping is what tends to happen. Ebba, did you want to do a little high again, or are you all set for now? What do you think, Hippo? Yeah, but that's not really super helpful, Hippo. Can you go ahead and come visit? That's very nice. Can you come here, Hippo, and help me with the puppy? Can you come over here and help me say a little hi for the puppy? So let's say he's sitting. Go ahead and pat, not his tail, just his back and his chest.
He's a cute little guy.
Yes, he is very nice.
Got some cute little.
Can you also stand up a little bit though also? Nice job, Charlie. He says, no, I really would love to smooch her. So very nice. So remember, standing's going to be a bit easier, Ebba, for the puppy. Can you stand up? There you go. Thank you. Now you can pat him, and then that way he's not getting up quite as high. Nice. Good job. Remember, on his neck or his chest. He doesn't seem to mind his head, but we want to make sure that he can feel comfortable getting the touches. Nice job, Mr. C. Beautiful. Thank you. So maybe we'll give Mr. C a little break from these proper hellos, and we'll work another couple little skills in just a moment. If you want to feed him a few little snacks, Oren, for while he's vegging here for a second, I'm just going to go switch it to another one. Good job. Nice job with the find its, guys. So very nice job with the proper hellos.